this love genuine? When our eyes align, girl, it blows my mind. You light my fire. I'm so glad that you're mine. You're all that I want, all that
T-minus 17 seconds and count. 15.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. About 90 seconds to launch your space shuttle Discovery.
All right, everybody. It is 9:00 p.m. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for the Midnight Run. And once again, it's me. It's that VINCE. I certainly hope everybody's doing all right tonight. We got a lot of things to discuss, but we can get into that shortly. Now, of course, I'm going to enjoy my cigar, which is a Sassoon by Oliva, hand-rolled. Actually, this is Nicaraguan, I think. I forgot. I got my trusty coffee with a little bit of Puerto Rican rum in it. And, of course, I got water tonight. So, folks, what are you guys drinking? What are you smoking? Tell me in the comments below as I get things ready here. Now, as you guys know, the show has dropped back from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So, it'll be a 3-hour show. Tomorrow's show will be 2 hours instead of 1 from now on. So, just going to move around a couple things to coincide with, getting work done, It can change, but, I got to do the best for right now because I am I would honestly say it's beyond just work at this point in time. It'll slow down after the 12th. So, folks, tell me what you're drinking and smoking in the comments below. Hey, Frank, what's up? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think Jasmine's a transgender man. I mean, she hadn't announced it. Am I worried about running into McCluck? I don't care if I run into him or not. I think he'd be more worried about running into me, but he doesn't even live in Delray Beach. He lives like in Jacksonville or something. I'm not going over there just for McCuck's silly ass. I'm trying to check out the Redcon facility and the place before I start work officially. I mean, even though I'm still doing a lot of training and stuff, so just trying to get that settled. Yeah, I am taller than him, but I'm also much bigger and much more muscular than he is. And I'm a lot more violent than he is too, so I think the violent part would be what he would need to worry about. Like I said, there's a bark in a dog, and then there's the fight in a dog, And I may be a big dog, but I got a lot of fight. Which, speaking of which, I had to put those skills to work last night. So let me go ahead and light up my cigar and let me tell you guys what happened. Not drinking since... I've not even read the report yet. Let's take a look. I mean, he's like in his 70s or so. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, he's almost 80, But you got to hand it over to Vince. I mean, he lived out that attitude era to the bitter end. That shouldn't be funny. Probably not. Alright, in any event, let's go ahead and light up the cigar. Yeah, I may holler at Big Lenny, Like I said, 48 hours isn't much time, really, so it's going to be more of a drop-in, drop-out type situation. We'll see. That is true, I would have to link up with a misfit. Yeah, I'd have hollered at Big Lenny or so. So, folks, on with story time with the great one. So let me tell you guys what happened yesterday. I'll lay some brass knuckles at Big Richard's grave. I think that's more fitting than flowers. Laying flowers on a grave sometimes is for cookie cutters, and Big Richard was a tough muff. I think it would be more respectful to leave him some brass knuckles. It's still in the community post, that guy. But we're not going to play videos until 10 p.m. But anyway, on to story time. Now, as you guys know, I recently got involved into a melee, aka brawl, at Hal's Chop House, which I had to help break up. So, it's Thursday night. Usually I go to Hal's Chop House around 9 o'clock. You know, they got a live band. They got a live band playing. I mean, usually I go in there. I'll either have a Manhattan. This time I wanted a large martini. They put 7 ounces of good gin in there, you know, and stuff. You know, just one big giant drink just to keep things real and tell it like it is here. So, no, this actually happened there. So, unfortunately. So I'm sitting there drinking my martini. All of a sudden, I hear some screaming from some bitch. I turn around, and this dude is up there literally choking out this woman. So I get up, a couple other guys get up. They were trying to pull him off. Finally, I went over there and yanked them off. I mean, these were some small, older men. They were like, you know, Hal's Chop House is filled with a lot of 50 and 60-year-olds. It's a pretty classy joint. So I went over there and pulled him off and pulled the guy off the lady. Then the husband jumped in and started choking him. I had to pull him off too, you know. Now, they did swing a little bit, you know, but, you know, they didn't hit me because they were a little bit too far away, but I could just see the fist coming up. I was up there just laughing and stuff. But I still pulled him off. I knew he didn't have the reach anyway, so I wasn't really worried about getting hit. So the cops actually came over, and I went back to my martini. Now, it turns out, and I want you guys to get this here. They didn't arrest the guy that was choking the lady. They arrested the lady and the husband. They didn't arrest the guy choking. They sent him on his way. But they arrested the lady and the husband. Wally, I was halfway through my drink. I was all buzzed. You know, when you're buzzed, you know, you act on instinct, you know what I mean? Sort of like a, you know, drunken master, Jackie Chan type stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know. But in any event, they arrested the woman and the husband. Seems as though they somehow started the whole thing. No, for once, they didn't arrest the black guy. Ain't that something? So I sat there, chatted, you know, and stuff like that. But he's up there. I mean, the funny thing is that he was trying to hit me and he didn't have the reach. All I saw, he got right here. I'm like, you're not reaching long enough there, you know? The power of having long arms, folks. What's up, Pug Man? You know, honestly, I wish someone actually caught that on camera. That would have been good. Just in case someone didn't film it, I'm sure they may have put it up on. Let's Google and see if someone actually did film it. You never know these days. But yeah, it was an interesting night. I had to put back that old correction officer work in, you know? No, they didn't give me no medal or anything. No free drink. And no, I wasn't a hero or anything like that, you know. All I did was just break up a brawl. That's it. That's nothing. Well, he was basically swinging for the fences, Pugman. But I already knew he didn't have enough reach on me. So I'm like, it's just I got long arms here, you know. I mean, if I'm pushing back like this on you here, breaking you up, there's no way someone's gonna actually hit me unless they got even longer arms. And if they had longer arms, then I mean, they must be Stretch Armstrong or something, you know, literally. No, I mean, the mints in that brawling melee was enough there, you know. I mean, you could hear him going back saying, "Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Suck my dick! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!" and stuff. And you could literally feel the heat between them two while they were trying to choke each other out, you know. And that dude had his hands around that lady there. It looked like one of those Tom and Jerry cartoons, you know. Or better yet, not a Tom and Jerry. You know how Homer be choking Bart Simpson and stuff there? Like, "Why you little..." That's the way she was looking, like... But yeah, they arrested the husband and the woman. I mean, they actually started the whole thing. I don't know how they started it or something, but the cop told me they started it. You know? I mean, those two were drunk anyway. I mean, the other guy across the table, they said they were pounding down some stuff, which, I mean, that's normal at Howell's, you know what I mean? You know, it's a nice establishment, folks. I just didn't expect it to happen at Howell's, you know, of all places. Now, at Howell's Chop House, you know, it's not some sort of, it's not a dive or anything like that. When you come in, you can only really wear business casual. If you don't have business casual on, you are not allowed to sit in the dining room, you know. If you got jeans on, if you got a ball cap on, you cannot sit in the dining room. You have to be business casual or business. Now, me, I had jeans on that night, but I went ahead and went in because I was going to sit at the bar anyway. Every other time, usually I have a nice pair of khakis or dress pants. But I had jeans on that night because it's 60s. You know, I just managed to put those on. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put some jeans on. I'm going to be at the bar anyway. It doesn't make no difference. So it's very rare that something like that actually happens at an establishment like that. But they couldn't hold their liquor. That's the problem, you know. Folks, if you can't hold your liquor, go home. You know what I mean? Real men can hold their liquor. You know what I mean? Now, there's a couple of Howell's Chop Houses. There's one in Charleston, and then there's one in Greenville. Greenville's the biggest one. Oh, look, there's actually a video on Howell's Chop House. Someone took a tour. Why don't we go play that? go play that while I'm smoking my cigar. That way you guys can find out what Hal's Chop House looks like. That's a good idea.
Today I'm coming to you from Greenville, South Carolina. So we're up here as a quick trip for my birthday weekend. I'm 45 years old, feeling 35. So being that it's a quick trip, I don't have a lot of stops I get to make, but I did want to show you some of the food that we had while we were up here. Tonight we're headed to Hal's Chop House. It is my understanding that it is one of the best steakhouses in the United States. Being from Atlanta.
Well, it's not the best steakhouse in the United States, but it's a really good one.
And having all the great steakhouses we have in Atlanta, I'm gonna put it to the test to see how things turn out.
Now this is Hal's Chop House, folks.
We have 3 different sections for our steaks. We have the wet age, the dry age, and the grass fed.
Yeah.
So the wet age is that traditional beefy flavor you're probably most accustomed
This is, by the way, vegan friendly. Look at those steaks, baby.
to. I want to say like 99% of restaurants only do the wet age. Then you have your dry age, which is more earthy, robust, kind of pop to that flavor. And it's going to be a little more tender due to that aging process.
Okay.
Nothing too notable though. It's our bone-in fillet. Now a fillet is very tender, but due to that bone, it's actually super unique. There are only 4 of these per steer. And with that bone, as in all bones will have, it'll have a little bit more marbling around that bone. So it adds a little bit more flavor to the steak.
Okay.
Moving right along, we have our New York strips. So we have our wet aged New York strip right here, and then we have our Kansas City bone-in dry aged strip over here. Now obviously they have the strip on the side, but they also, if you see, it kind of has that white scattered through. That marbling is going to be scattered through and give it a different texture. So it's going to be like almost like a pop when you chew.
Okay.
And then you have your porterhouse, which is, in my biased opinion, the best of both worlds. Because you have that nice tender fillet.
By the way, he must have went there on Thursday around 8. That's when the live bands usually play. But they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, now that I think about it. So I think he's there on a Thursday still.
That nice textured strip, and this is dry aged. It is the only fillet that you can get dry aged. So if you're thinking earthy, you're thinking bone, you want a lot of flavor, but you still want it to be tender, I'd probably come with a porterhouse.
All right, cool.
And then lastly, I'm sure you noticed him as soon as I came out.
I know, right, the tomahawk.
Show-stopping, a long-bone tomahawk. Now, tomahawk is a ribeye. So it'll have an eye in the center, and the decal kind of wraps around that eye. Now, the decal's going to melt down during the cooking process and add a lot of flavor to that eye and tenderness to that eye. So in my opinion, best spot of the steak.
Okay.
Now, this bone we can wrap up in thin
Well, I mean, it's a steakhouse, but it's also a hangout as well, Wally. So, I mean, it's 3 floors, just to let you know. I mean, there's a downstairs, there's an upstairs, and that's the main floor.
with you if you so choose.
Alright, so I decided to go with the 14-ounce wet-aged ribeye along with the shade crab soup. If you just kind of have a look at it, it's nice and very, very creamy. But the star of the show were these fried green tomatoes. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to tell you, like, I gotta go home and try these. I've never had a fried green tomato taste quite as good as this. Look at the shrimp on top. Also, the salad, look at all that bacon. The salad was nicely presented. You can see the
Now, just so you know, they'll make a Delmonico salad for you. So, but you notice everything is meaty, even the salads.
layers of greens there. Also got a good fair amount of bacon spread around along with some tomato. This thing was amazing. I broke it down and mixed it up, and it was a very, very fantastic salad. Now the steak was awesome as well. As you can see, nice crust. Got a nice avocado sauce along with tomato and some kind of corn as a side, along with Brussels sprouts and a loaded mashed potato. Look at the crust on that. The seasoning was to perfection. I mean, this is one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. I'm outside the Chop House. As you can see, it's right downtown Greenville. The cityscapes are really nice down here. So if you look, it's actually pretty late, but that's the entrance right there to the Chop House. I gotta tell you, it's one of the top.
So that right there is, Yeah, we start reactions at 10 o'clock p.m. that guy. The first hour is the smoke from now on. So the first hour is Q&A and the smoke. And then the second and third hour is going to be the reactions. Yep, it's the same as usual, that guy. Just reading the community post there. But folks, while I'm smoking my cigar, get your questions in. If you wish to put a donation, you can. Be sure to smash that like button. But yes, this is a new format, folks. Oops. What happened at the LA Expo, Wally? I mean, I'm going to Delray there. I mean, I'll look up Big Lenny. I'd love to meet him. Strength Cartel showed up with armed security. Oh, what a bunch of pussies. I guess they were afraid of Joey there. Well, Wally, Kali Muscle is yesterday's news. I'm sure people showed up at his booth. But you have to remember, the new generation is here. You know, people like Sam Sulik. If Sam Sulik was there, I bet you that place was wrapped around. I mean, the only time I usually see lines like that is usually at the food bank or at the Salvation Army. You know, at the soup kitchen, you'll see a line around the building and everything. But, you know, people were waiting around there and they weren't going for soup. They were going for Sam Sulik. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. But, of course, we do got to talk about a few things. So, as you guys know, Donald Trump, it took the jury about 3 hours. $83 million, folks. $83 million. Chances are she won't see a dime of it because they're going to appeal that thing to death. I've seen Rich Piana at an expo. Yeah, he was popular back then. But yeah, folks, $83 million. Do you people think that it was well deserved? Because you got to understand, she's had a lot. It's the same situation as those poll workers down in Georgia, except she's had even more threats probably than those two poll workers. But I'm gonna honestly tell you guys that Don didn't do him too many favors. You know, storming out of court during the closing arguments and stuff. Not a good idea. But she won't see a dime of it. Neither will those poll workers. I mean, they're gonna appeal it and appeal it. That thing's gonna go on for years. And if in case you're wondering, the president doesn't have supremacy over civil lawsuits. Those judgments are in, so even if he gets elected to office, he'll still have to deal with those. Yes, you should already see some other posts there. I wanted to check out the Redcon 1 facility, Tater Tot. Go holler at Aaron. Do a couple other things. Just check out Delray. It's only a 9-hour drive, so... I'm just going to leave 6 a.m. Probably going to take a rental car. Because my car doesn't... I mean, my... I just got my Mercedes. You know... Rather go down there with a nondescript car, you know. I don't want people robbing my stuff. And my stomach's a little sore after doing all those ab crunches. McCuck's in Jacksonville, so if I wanted to go beat him up, I'd have to go up a little bit. If he's smart, he'll stay out of Delray while I'm there. Him and Cuban. But what's the other news? Vince McMahon with the sexual assault and everything. Now, folks, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice. Okay? Give you some good advice. If you have a settlement in with someone, make sure you pay them. Because that whole thing happened because apparently Vince McMahon didn't pay her the $1 million settlement. So all this stuff is coming out at this point in time. Dub is live. Who's Dub? Wally, he wasn't there really to begin with. He was just there. And he's done this before, Wally. Once the bullshit, well, the bullshit this time ain't gonna blow over. Yeah, Wally, it's always important to pay everything, you know. He was getting off scot-free with $3 million. I mean, he's a billionaire. What's $3 million, you know? He should have paid that off in a lump sum, to be honest with you, and just be done with it. Strength Cartel put out LA Killer shirts? Are they fucking crazy? You don't do shit like that. I wouldn't worry so much about the Crips. I would worry more about the Pirus here. Them Bloods are gonna get them. Oh, okay. Well, Tater Tot, if they have strap-on dildos, you know, I'm just gonna laugh. But that's the way our society works. People go and talk shit on the internet. They talk shit everywhere. And when they get confronted, they take the pussy way out and pull out a weapon or something. You know, when I was growing up in Deerview, the only thing we needed was just these. We just needed these two hands. Nowadays, you know, you even yell at someone's like, hey, what do you think you're doing? They just go ahead and pull out a gun. Maybe guns are a little bit too easily accessible. You know, the rules in Japan for getting a gun is pretty strict, as well as every other country. But it is way too easy. In my opinion, I think it's way too easy in this country to get a gun. Legally and illegally. And nowadays, we can print out guns as well. We can create ghost guns. But to be honest with you folks, I mean, with some piping and stuff like that, you can build your own gun. They used to do that during World War II, resistance fighters. You know, they would have those pipe guns and stuff. It's not hard to build a weapon, you know. I mean, they only gave one shot, but, you know, how many shots do you need? If you take a pipe gun, you fill it up with a lot of birdshot and stuff, you're going to hit something. The thing that really scares me is these 3D guns. Because they could fire more than one round. I think it was more than assault, Frank. They were talking about doo-doo and piss and taking turns with that woman at the WWE headquarters. But it ain't over with yet there, Frank, just to let you know. Because everybody else that was involved in those orgies is going to be implicated, Frank. Everybody that was involved, and chances are some of them are probably going to be long deceased. They're going to be outed. Speaking of outed, I wonder what's going on with that P. Diddy, TJ Jakes thing. Seems as though everyone's getting outed these days. Well, you ain't getting a refund. Think of it as an extension of the Attitude Era, Frank. But the Attitude Era really is over with now. Wally, I mean, if he did all that, then his legacy deserves to get tarnished. You're not supposed to do that to someone. Piss and shit all over him. He messed up his own legacy. He's just lucky he ain't going to prison or anything. Enough of this Adam thing. I mean, I know what he looks like. He's pretty pudgy. Wally, no, it wasn't consensual. She was an employee of the WWE, so that's why you're not supposed to sleep with it. And from what that lawsuit says is that she was forced to do that in order to keep job security. So nothing about that was probably consensual. This is 100% Vince's fault, you know. And folks, this is why I tell people, do not have inter-office relationships. Okay? Just don't. Don't date people who work at the same job as yours. Just don't. It gets messy. In all the jobs that I've been at, where coworkers were dating each other, it always turned into a mess. Believe me. Oh, his wife probably ignored it. Who is Lucas Malmo? I've never heard of that person. Who is a Lucas Malmo? I don't know who that is. There's no... I've never heard of that person. Unless he goes by a different name. Hey, Hamburg, what's up? But yeah, we got Vince. We got Donald Trump. $83 million judgment. And folks, like I said before, if you're in a civil suit, don't go piss off the judge. That's in any case, criminal or civil. Don't piss off the judge. Although, to be honest with you, the judge had nothing to do with that. That's a jury decision, folks. I'll start with the videos after I finish my smoke bin. That's how the new format's working. I'm going to get my smoke in and do my Q&As, and then we do reaction videos. So I have about a third left of this cigar. Oh, it's Hamburg's birthday? Well, happy birthday to you. course, Israel's still launching bombs and stuff up against Palestine. You know, I can't even go downtown through Greenville on Saturday. There's just like 100, 200 people just mobbing the place with signs. Drinking the beer? All right. It's your birthday. You got to have a good time. It was a good cigar. It's good not to smoke and react at the same time. That way I can enjoy my cigar. When I was doing reactions while I was smoking my cigar, it wasn't enjoyable. That's why I'm doing this first and doing my Q&As. Once the cigar is done, we'll do the reaction videos, folks. Like I said, I got about a third left. So, folks, get your questions in before I finish this cigar, because we're going to start reaction videos shortly. Actually, this cigar is done, actually. So remember, folks. Hey, look, there's a little miniature purple flame. Check it out. Look, purple flame, folks. Purple flame. Well, I'm live, too. So remember, folks, twist. Twist, not jab. All right, folks, let's go ahead and start with the reaction videos. Little water. Well, we go in order. So let's see what we got first. Cutting off the music. Vegan activist Tosh Peterson confronts protester live on the air. All right, let's see what we got.
For breakfast.
On Mix.
Do not get out of your car. Do not turn your radio off. We have no idea what's going to happen here and how this is going to go down.
Have
but
you
if you're
got your finger on the dump button?
No.
You need to be ready to get out
'cause
just
this
in
is-
case.
It's just an honest, open chat about how these two people feel about each other. And we're going to find out why this has happened and where it's come from. So, on May 24, at this stage, 500 people are going to be staging a protest on the front lawn of vegan activist Tash Peterson's home here in Perth. It's been organised by a bloke by the name of Ben Darcy, who we've just found out is just your average bloke who's just sick of Tash's poop, and he's...
Oh, so Tasha's going to get a taste of her own medicine. That's awesome. I mean, she's been harassing people for years. It's time that she got a little bit of blowback.
A Sydney resident who's flying over for this in May.
He's not even from Perth.
Nah, and Ben and Tash both join us on the phone.
Oh, yes. Be sure to smash that like button. And don't forget, thank Pugman.
Now, Ben, good morning, mate.
Good morning. How's it going?
And,
and of course, everybody else that's donated and contributed to the Vince Goodrum experience over the time and course.
Tash, hi. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
So, I guess we start this off by going, Ben, you are organising a public protest suggesting that more than 500 people are going to go and rock up to Tash's front lawn. Why are you doing this?
Because she's a pest, and most WA residents are sick of her. And frankly, I'm sick of her targeting people's businesses. It's not right. It's not fair. Like, people have a right to do what they want to do. You're never going... Engaging in the protest, the type of protest she engages in, is never going to change public opinion. What she's actually doing is creating more business for people like Butcher and John Mountain at Fire and places like that. Like, John Mountain, his restaurant's booked out for the next 2 months now.
So why are you complaining, Ben? Why are you creating a protest of a bunch of strangers to her home?
There are ways and means of going about getting your message across, and the way Tash engages is not the way to do it.
That's exactly right. You know, and I've said that for the past 2 years. There is a right way and a wrong way to protest. And Tosh Peterson has been stepping up and accelerating it to the point to where, you know, this needs to happen.
I have no issue with lawful protest. What I have an issue with is when you start targeting people's businesses, trying to have them, which is her goal. Her goal is to try and cause that company, butcher shop, whatever it be, to lose money, to lose business, and to get less people shopping there. That means the business goes bust. That means people can't afford to feed their families.
Well, Tash is on the phone with us right now. And Tash, is that your goal? Is he right?
No, my goal is to reach consumers and make them aware of the animal slavery and Holocaust industries and choose the vegan.
See, she's already starting out by lying, you know. She doesn't want people to eat meat, so she goes to a butcher shop and try to keep people from eating meat and making purchases. I mean, she's a pathological liar.
Options, and I hope one day the very businesses that I protest become vegan. And yes, that includes the butchers. There are vegan butchers that do exist, and that is my goal, to spread awareness and be a voice.
There's no such thing as a vegan butcher. There's no such thing as a vegan butcher. I mean, how much work does it take to chop up some celery? Shut the fuck up.
The non-human animals who are the victims of rape, torture, enslavement, abuse, and murder, not only in the meat, dairy, and egg industries, but other animal exploitation industries.
Tash, how do you feel about the idea that this random bloke has just decided to throw a protest at your house and has a bunch of people coming to your private place?
It doesn't really bother me at all. In fact, I'm going to disrupt their protest because they think they're giving me a taste of my own medicine, and they're trying to do what I do. But they're actually doing the opposite of what I do, because they're going to be cooking the bodies of murder victims, the very victims that I'm speaking up for, and they're going to be doing that out the front of my house. So I'll be protesting that. That's disgusting. They're inciting violence by cooking those murder victims. This is not...
They're not exciting violence. I mean, if anyone is inciting violence, it's you, Tosh. And you have been violent and you've assaulted people. That's why the cops have been arresting you.
About me or them. It's about these trillions of animals who are brutally murdered every year for the sake of human pleasure. It's not necessary to be eating animals or animal products in this day and age.
Ben, I mean, look, there's a direct line to you guys. You can speak to each other. Ben, feel free to speak to Tash. Tell her, is that how it's going to be? I mean, what are the things you're going to be doing while you're on the front lawn of her house here in Perth?
Well, we're going to have a big barbecue cook-up, steaks, sausages, bottles of water, everything will be provided. Anyone that wants to come along, I'm sorry there's no vegan options, Tash. If you want something cooked, feel free to bring it yourself, and we'll be more than happy to oblige. We're not trying to exclude anyone here, but this
See, that's awful nice of him. He's offering he'll cook up a tofu burger for Tosh if she wants it.
is predominantly a meat protest. People aren't going to stop eating meat no matter what you say. The meat, dairy and egg industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry across the world. The idea that you're going to have some massive effect on getting people to go vegan and eat gruel is just...
It's obviously
ridiculous.
working because you're really, really triggered, mate. You're like completely contradicting yourself. One minute you say that it's good for all these businesses, and the other minute you're saying, oh, we need to shut her down. So, you know, what one is it? It's obviously working. More people are watching Dominion because of me. I have thousands of messages from people around the world saying that they've become vegan and watched the Dominion documentary. And the world is changing, and it's time to evolve and stop being an animal abuser. And do not cook the murdered bodies of victims outside my house, or otherwise expect me to disrupt the shit out of it.
Well, feel free if you want to disrupt the shit out of it. Feel free, go right ahead. As I said, you're more than welcome. Just please.
There's nothing Tosh can actually do. She can't go and disrupt it, you know. She's going to be, because the protest is going to be outside just like Tosh's protest. So there's nothing she can do. She can't go and disrupt it. She can't call the cops neither. Cops are not going to help her this time.
Just try and keep the clothes on because there's going to be kids around.
Ben,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Ben, do you sort of see the irony in what you're doing? You're saying she's not going to stop the meat industry. There's nothing Tash can do, whatever she can say. Look, I'm Vejo. I don't have a problem with what Tash says. I don't necessarily agree with the way she's doing it. I would be the same about religion. I'd be the same about anything. Anyone that's too much anything and does that, I don't know that it works. But can you not see the irony in what you're doing, intentionally bringing this to her yard, into her private safe space as well, that, like, for no reason, you're not involved in the industry, it's got...
What is it with these safe spaces, anyway? What's with these safe spaces? And Tosh has actually gone into other people's homes as well. In fact, raided farms as well. Overnight, she's broken into facilities. So, that's the pot calling the kettle black there, folks.
Got nothing to...
And they're going to be outside the front lawn. If they did the exact same thing that Tosh did, they would actually go and break into her house.
Do with you. You're just doing it to poke the bear. You see how that makes you look like a bit of a dickhead.
Well, look, her way of protesting is a bad way of protesting. So instead of trying to bring people up to a higher level, let's all get on the same level. Let's play the same game as her. And if she stops her disruptive protest, we'll stop having barbecues outside her house.
So you are stooping low.
As long as we can agree that it's a bad idea.
Hang on, so you say, sorry, I get what you're saying about Ben not being in the industry. I get that, but also...
He's just saying if you can't beat him, join him. He is stooping low.
No, he is stooping low. Sure, right? But sometimes you have to feed someone their own medicine to give them an understanding of what it is that they're putting everybody else through. Like Ben...
How many of those 500 protesters do you reckon had their dinner interrupted by Tash? How many people do you think just let it go?
Probably all 500 of them,
just
to be honest with you.
Just let it go.
Because they've been to Belmont, they've been to Fire, they've been to this butcher, that butcher,
lynch
those
mob
places.
Gear. You're all just jumping on board. It doesn't make it...
I don't know why she's arguing for the case of Tosh. She's disrupted more than 500 people. She's disrupted kids' birthday parties, you know? So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people outside Tasha's front lawn. And those mostly are going to be people that Tosh has been messing with. So she does deserve a taste of her own medicine.
Right.
My concern with all of this, and I'll tell you this, both of you, Tash and Ben, my concern with both of this and why I want both of you to just go away. Like, I want both of you to go away and go and get on with your lives. My concern is that one day, one of you doing this, you're going to come across the wrong person who hasn't had enough where they just want to, come and do a barbecue on your front lawn, Tash. They've had enough where they actually want to neck you. Like, that's
what I've been saying there. Yeah, eventually someone's going to come along and they're going to, I see it coming. I can smell it coming.
My concern that this is going to go somewhere ultimately dangerous, and we don't need to see that.
Well, first and foremost,
Unfortunately, that's something I'm willing to risk because right now, in this moment as we speak, there are literally billions of animals forced into slaughterhouses, having their throats slit, and babies taken away from their mothers in the dairy industry. I'm not
Nothing but crocodile tears.
stopping what I'm doing until this Holocaust ends, and it needs to end now. Stop paying for this to happen. If you're not vegan, you are responsible for this abuse and murder.
Sorry, Tash, I don't believe the tears. I don't believe them. I do not believe them whatsoever.
No, I don't either.
That's because you guys don't care about what she cares about.
because
That's
you're
okay.
an animal
It's
abusers.
okay.
I care about the
You
animal
feel
cruelty.
guilty that you have blood on your
Hang on a sec. Oh, I'm just
have
going to
to
bring
let
that
that
down
go.
for a moment. Oh, boy. I think we just need to cool off for a moment.
I just don't think it's appropriate to set up
No, it's
something in
not.
someone's... I'm not saying that Tash interrupting people's meals at the butcher is okay, but it's not appropriate to get a bunch of strangers that, as you just said, you can't trust and you don't know what they're thinking, to go to someone's private residence and get involved in something like that. We would never encourage our kids to do it. It's bullying.
Yep, and I wouldn't encourage my kids to do what Tash does either.
Again, that's the pot calling the kettle black. If you go around and bully people for long enough, you know, they're going to get tired of it. And those 500 people, when they show up on that front lawn, she's going to get a taste of her own medicine. The chickens are coming home to roost.
I don't think that two wrongs make a right.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Right, so they both need to go away. But we thank Tash and Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, she is right. Two wrongs don't make a right, but it damn sure makes a statement there, you know. Oh, boy. You know, folks, whenever that actually happens, I hope it's live stream, and I will definitely review that video, because it'll be quite minty. All right, let's see what we got next. Looks like a regular house band. No! Whoa! Night, Super Mario. You have a good night. Well, given that fight is concerned, I don't think this band is going to be writing Beethoven's next symphony, that's for sure. I wouldn't really call this a fight. I would call this a scrum, sort of like a football, Ben.
See my glasses? You ruined my eye. Oh, Sam, here, don't let me.
Go sit down. No, they're wired frames and they're scripts.
Well, that was quite minty. I wonder if the band is still together. I mean, that was mostly looks like a house band to me. I've never heard of Big Owl anyway. All right, let's see what we got here.
Boxing is a serious business. Any fight can be a life-altering experience. Any fight might be one you get carried out of.
That's some CTE right there.
With lifelong ambitions and life-changing wealth on the line, it's natural for fighters to take things as seriously as possible.
this is sport. This is not some backyard street fight there, Ben. Hey, Susan, what's up? We're down to the reactions tonight.
Oh, man, it was a tough fight, man. I'll give you the best of it, man. It was a really tough fight.
Woo! Hold on.
Oh, man, it was a tough fight, man.
Wow, look at that eye.
I'll give you the best of it, man. It was
Jeez. That's gonna... That leaves a mark.
a really tough fight.
By the way, folks, boxing is definitely alpha. That's for sure.
But tonight, we cover a man who didn't. Like if Rocky Marciano
I've actually never heard of this person.
was actively dying of polio, or if prime Danny DeVito tried to chisel himself into championship condition. He was barrel-chested, short-armed, and had a hairline that began its retreat during the Eisenhower administration. But wait until you see him punch. He wasn't much good at that either. He was always accurate, but his offense was about as basic as Ugg boots and pumpkin spice. He had a consistent jab. Used the left hook as a reliable changeup.
A good southpaw there. Heh.
With his right sprinkled in, but only at point-blank range, rarely with any real weight committed. He was the type of puncher that couldn't crack an egg with a running start. A natural-born slapper with hands of sponge. His career KO ratio sits a shade over 10%. There were few things in this world he hated more than training, but a fighter still has to make weight. So rather than road work or sparring as a means of regulating his weight, he used cigarettes. In his prime, he smoked nearly 50 death sticks a day. Sometimes his
50? Wow. I don't think this guy's alive anymore. Let's see. Let's see if this guy is still alive. Well, he's not alive anymore, but he did live for a pretty long age. So,
corner even gave him a puff or two. But it's not how many fights he had, it's who and how he fought. No more ironically accurate than El Intocable, Nicolino Loche. Born in the province of Mendoza in Argentina, he was fighting all around South America, getting in the ring whenever and where he could. By the late 1960s, Nicolino is a fixture of the Estadio de Luna Park in the capital city of Buenos Aires, and selling out nearly every weekend just by standing there. Nicolino was hilarious to watch. Because it didn't matter who stepped through the ropes with him, They were now the butt of the joke.
You gotta admit he has some good dodging skills, that's for sure.
Loche's defense turned some of the scariest punchers and most skilled boxers into unwitting stooges in a slapstick comedy show. He made world-class athletes fall on their face of their own volition. Everyone had a good laugh. Nobody got hurt. Nicolino Loche picked up another win, or at least a draw, which was far more frequent in his place and time in history. While film of him is a rare, precious thing, there is one performance, one of the rare times he crossed the equator, that sits in boxing history, like the Hope Diamond sitting on a sidewalk littered with cigarette butts. It's arguably the most perfect performance in history. It was against Paul Takeshi Fuji. Paul Fuji is arguably the most devastating puncher in 140-pound history.
Jeez.
Anything he hit, he broke.
Oh! This guy was a bull.
He was a raw, physical specimen whose heavy hands and savage intensity took him all the way to the 140-pound championship. When he met Fuji in front of his home crowd in Tokyo, Loche already racked up 89 wins when he gets his crack at the 140-pound champion. Takeshi had...
Ben, we play whenever we do a reaction, we play whatever's submitted there. So you got to respect what someone submits, because if you submit something, other people may find it boring. So we got to be fair to everyone.
A terrible habit. It's the one thing you absolutely cannot do against a defensive genius like Loche. Takeshi Fuji threw every single punch as hard as humanly possible. They were wild, and wild with a reckless weight transfer behind it. For a man of Loche's defensive acumen and reflexive fluidity, it was like playing tag with an angry blind man. It's like watching somebody try to play whack-a-mole with a warhammer.
I mean, you got to really respect those dodging skills.
He'd draw back a mighty blow and inevitably miss by a millimeter or a mile.
Jeez.
Loche fought like a mobile Maginot Line. The sheer depth of defense he displayed looked like they were doing a fast-forward photo shoot for a treatise on defensive boxing. It starts with his stance. He stood heavy over his front foot, with his feet far closer together than most. His heels almost never touched the canvas. It allowed him to drop his weight and upper body to get under the overhands. He kept his hands by his cheekbones, but only when actually felt threatened. He had a beautiful ability to get around and under punches. It makes you wonder what the Spanish word for peekaboo is. On the back foot, he adapted a version of the shoulder roll defense you'd swear he picked up in a back alley in Philadelphia.
I mean, he's sort of boxing like Muhammad Ali there, sort of. You know, Muhammad Ali used to do this type of stuff, but he just takes it to a completely other level, though. So
Fuji's wild right hands seemed to simply phase through Loche, slipped right off with such an imperceptible margin, you're never really sure if he got hit or not. But he definitely landed a counter, or caused Fuji to fall on his face.
Whoops.
He had the mobility and elusiveness of the greased-up deaf guy.
Oh, this is my favorite event. Catch the greased-up deaf guy. Go! You're never gonna catch me.
He ran through everything on the move list to make Takeshi Fuji look like he was on Takeshi's castle. Fuji showed up for a slugfest and got slapboxed. Fuji was serious to a fault. Every punch had horrible intentions on it, and that's why Loche made almost every punch miss. Fuji's reckless weight transfer was a massive telegraph. It tapped out a code that traveled the wires of Nicolino's nicotine-fueled nervous.
This would have had to have been in the 60s or 70s. We'll check out his fight record in just a minute.
System. It reached his muscles, which react with the speed of electricity. By the time the punch is out, Loche is out of the way. Because Fuji was so deadly serious meant every outlandish miss wore him down all the more. It's a
I would say this
irony
was probably
that a
in the
man
70s or
elegant
so.
in the protection of his body in the ring was smoking like dying young was his retirement plan. It makes you wonder how much nicotine it takes to qualify as a PED. It makes you wonder how much of his in-ring brilliance came about as an adaptation to his complete lack of power. How much did his complete relaxation make up for his smoker's cardio? If you ever require an example of the phrase, styles make fights, no better one exists than this. Fuji was only ever stopped twice in his career. Nicolino only ever finished 14 men in 135 fights.
TKO.
But because Fuji tried so hard, he got suckered in and ground down on the inside by skill and volume. The lessons we can learn from the Argentine greats are many. Nicolino died of heart failure at the age of 58. Not even he could dodge that forever. Probably don't smoke, kids. But in a sport when men die every year, the bias against the defensive masters over the ages becomes less and less defendable. Showing up to a fight without a good defense is like going to a job site without a hard hat or steel toes. Defense is boxing's workplace safety issue, and in that sense, there was no more model employee than Nicolino Loche.
That's actually pretty good documentary about him. He didn't die at 58, though. This says he died at 66, according to this. Total fights, 136. He got 117 victories, 14 by KO. This guy had a good fight record. And he won the WBA and ring light welterweight titles. And it looks like he held on to them for many years, actually. From 69 to 1972, so that's 3 years. Or actually, no, that's 4 years, actually. Argentino title, South American title. South American. Wow. But he didn't die at 58. It looks like he died at 66, so that's not too bad for a boxer, you know. Boxers generally don't have a long life as far as to their careers are concerned. And that's because of pugilistic dementia and stuff. But looks like he had a pretty good record. I like that documentary. I don't think it was boring at all. It's always good to see some different things, that's for sure. Let's go on to the next video. See, we got KCB's video right here.
Thought I'd come on live on
All right.
here this morning. Talk about my coins a little bit. July 17th, 1862 fractional currency. We made 3-cent note, 5-cent note, 15-cent note, 25-cent note, 50-cent note, from the hoarding of the gold and silver and copper. They made those all the way up to February 15th, 1876. Morning, guys.
Looks like Genova's gained a lot of weight, but he's definitely really into the coins now.
And then they made the 6102 executive order banning all gold when Franklin D. Roosevelt banned all gold, and they banned all gold coins. And then if you didn't return your gold, you get a $10,000 fine, 10 years behind bar, and 10 years manual labor, all up to 1974, when Nixon took it off, and then Reagan put it back on 86 on the gold standard. Also, the 1918 Pittman Act, where they melted 270.
I don't think Jason's going to return the way things are. It's going to be pretty heavily regulated, so I mean, he's older and wiser, so
1,232,000.
I don't have a itinerary, Andy. It's just once I get down to Delray, the main thing is to check out the Redcon 1 facilities and stuff, and whatever happens, happens.
722 trade with the British to get them out of debt, and then they melted another 80 million, so they melted $350 million in the melting pot. I don't bodybuild anymore, man. I'm a coin collector now, bro. I make way more money at it. I make a living at this crap. You can't tell me what to do. I don't do bodybuilding anymore.
Well, that explains it, Andy. He just said he doesn't do bodybuilding, which means he's not lifting weights anymore.
No more YouTube for me. It's over. I only do graded coins.
Looks like Genova's a little worn down or tired or so. I'm not sure why.
I disappeared for reasons, man.
No, I'd say he's about 260 or so, jump tube. He's not that fat.
Thank you, brother. Don't want to come back because I get trolled and made fun of. All you guys just make fun of me, so why should I come back? What's a good reason why I should? Forget your months. Bodybuilding's dead anyway. Who cares? It's boring anyway. Nothing's gonna change.
So from what I understand, he is somewhat coming back, but he said he's not bodybuilding and doing coin collecting, so he's not really back. And he already said he's not doing YouTube neither, so I guess he's going to do more Instagram stuff.
I don't keep in touch with any of those guys. I collect coins and sell them and make money. Lots of money. I sold one of my coins for $8 grand.
So the way I'm actually seeing this, Ben and folks, is that Genova is wanting to establish a little bit of normality with his life. And that's kind of understandable. I mean, you have to remember for over a decade, he's, done the bodybuilding mint stuff and everything. So, like I said, he's in his 40s now. I mean, I think. So, when you get to that certain age, things get pushed to the wayside, at least for most people, But it does show at least that even with doing coin collecting, that he still has a massive fan base,
You guys just troll me. So I'm out of here, guys, for your dumb trolling. I have to block so many people. Block, delete, block, delete, block, delete. get blocked for talking crap. You don't deserve to be my friends for talking crap. I'm out.
Aw, no peace out. Okay, peace out, bye-bye. Aw, that's not cool. Aw.
Sassy, would you fuck?
All right, let's see what we got here.
Savage Psycho Joe?
Well, we gotta
Would
have
you give him
dinner
road
first.
head, a truck? There you go.
Of course I would.
gotta get.
I'm good at giving head.
Joe, would you drop a load with Sassy Savage Goddess? She's into fucking kinky shit. Would you bang her out?
No.
Last time I had a conversation with Sassy, that smelly crack whore bitch was up there getting on me about being gay and stuff. So probably still smoking crack. So let's see.
Why not?
Right now she's smoking a cigarette.
I don't.
But I really need to get back on Piotario's show one of these days.
Don't know her. Can't. I don't know. Okay.
That's right,
Stuff
Joe.
and
Joe, he's got to get to know me
Yes.
first.
Okay.
certain part. I don't know. There's certain part. If I'm gonna go mess around with somebody, they're gonna have to be hotter than the girls down messing with right now in the first place. And
So it's not,
it's like so. So the part is, if you're not hotter than Valentina Lena, then why do I gotta go mess around? And stuff.
Well, fuck you, Joe. You ain't my type anyways.
I didn't like it in the first place. And stuff. But, it's like, a certain part, I'm setting like a little bit of a high standard. Is like happy with what I got right now. I don't need to fuck around.
We'll go on my Instagram and look at my photos. Right now, I just woke up. Look, I'm still in my fucking pajamas and a
Sassy. It
sweater.
seems like he's kind of shitting on you a little. I'm a little.
I know he is. Maybe I want to go in
I'm a
the ring
little
with you.
like taken aback here. I thought this was going to be a friendly thing. It looks like it's turning into the fucking battle of the sexes here.
Honestly, the only thing is I'm not going to mess around with 2s, 3s, or anything else when I'm already putting out 9s and 10s.
Called her a 2 and a 3. Well, he is right about that. I mean, Sassy is not definitely a goddess here, more like a fallen angel. Fallen into a pile of puss, or poo.
I got big dicks
Yes.
anyways.
So
he probably got a little tic tac like
I mean, I don't keep up with his age, Ben, but he is getting to be 40, so, I mean, he's up in age. I wouldn't say that he's matured so much or anything like that. It's just that it's definitely a different type Genova.
Just because you think all that everybody's like a little bit of everything else, that's fine and everything else. It just kind of shows what size of a Charlotte you are in the first place and everything else and all that and everything. But it's like you think it's like you can rank up with those girls. Why don't you start acting like those fucking girls in the first place and all that and stuff, or just shut the fuck up. And all that, like go fucking ladies and stuff don't have to go around offering shit and everything else, and then freaking getting mad when they're getting fucking rejected. Fucking live with it. It's like every guy fucking.
I don't feel no rejection. I didn't want you in the first place, motherfucker. They don't call me savage.
I don't think they call you savage at all. You're a fucking fake at that. I don't think you're even halfway fucking savage. I bet you quit every fucking time in your fucking life. I bet you can't go fucking 10 rounds and all that stuff either. In life itself, let alone in a fucking ring with a real fucking trained athlete.
I thought it was a perfect match. You both have Savage in your fucking screen names. I thought you
fucking stupid ass people. I bet you know that the bitch can't even fucking do half the Savage shit
Listen,
that fucking
motherfucker,
required
shut
of a
up. I
Savage.
don't want to hear you. That's why I left the first time. Just shut the fuck up.
Steve, don't tap out. You got.
Or I give you a fucking cheese grater, bud.
You can't give your mom a cheese grater.
No,
Once you
fuck
fucking
it,
you can't fucking fight your mom.
Grater that
No, that you ain't fucking a savage at all. You're a
I
fucking
am
fake.
fucking savage. I didn't go to jail.
Scrawny,
for 3 months for
crackhead
nothing,
looking piece of crap. You can't fucking fight your own mom.
savage.
You ain't savage, dude.
I am a
You're a
fucking
fucking
savage.
bitch. You're a punk bitch.
You a punk bitch.
Man, if you got
You a punk bitch.
right now,
The way you talking to a woman, you motherfucker.
You ain't no fucking woman.
I
You
am
ain't no
a-
fucking woman at all.
You want to see my fucking
Charlotte.
vagina?
You ain't a fucking woman at all. You know, you may have a fucking vagina, you ain't a fucking woman at all.
Nosy motherfucker. Suck my fucking pussy lips.
You don't got fucking shit. You got fucking gutter ass fucking trash and everything else. You know, and stuff. Ain't no fucking half a fucking
Shut the fuck
any
up.
fucking person would fucking want.
You really
thoroughly
fucking
trash
rude.
what
You
you
know
are.
that? You really fucking rude.
Joe,
You kissed your fucking mother
Cry
with
your
that
fucking
mouth?
ass off. Cry your fucking ass
Your
off.
mama with that
Yeah, you
mouth.
fucking nasty ass fucking number
Kiss
2
your
dick.
fucking mother with
You
that
ain't
mouth.
even a fucking 3.
Well, fuck
You ain't even a fucking 3.
Well,
You ain't even fucking freaking soy boys
your
go
mother
after
and
you.
munch on her
I
fucking
wouldn't
pussy
want.
lips.
I wouldn't want you.
Hey, Psycho, what's up?
You're a soy boy, fucking good getter in the first place.
saggy
And
old
soy boys
pussy
all that have fucking higher quality girls than you. Why don't you go get 1 or 2 and all that and everything else and
Why
shit?
don't you
No
suck
no
my
fucking
fat
women
fucking
gonna go
ass
with fucking sloppy fucking
and kiss
number
the
2.
fucking tattoos for a love, motherfucker.
you
Straight
think
down my
Love
right
the
butt
fucking little
cheek.
nasty little fucking crackhead.
You
You're
think
fucking
I
nasty.
used to be a drug addict. Yes, I did. Don't fucking
No
judge
fuck-
me for
no
being a
fucking
fucking
cares.
addict. We all got
Yeah,
issues,
you're
no matter
pathetic
who
little
the
bitch
fuck
at that.
we are.
You're just like all these other fucking
Just
Charlottes
shut the
out there.
fuck up, you fucking clown.
Whatever, you fucking little
You're
stinky
rude.
little bitch.
You're rude.
Oh, you're fucking
rude.
beautiful, bitch. You're a
You
fucking
kiss your
stinky
mama
little
with
fucking
that
wolf,
mouth?
looking little fucking retard.
You kiss your mama with that mouth.
That's how I fucking knocked my mom out. Which I have knocked my mom out. Which I fucking
tic-tac,
broke your
drop
fucking
your
jaw.
dirty dick.
No, they're just for fucking talking, you fucking retarded bitch.
Clown.
Sassy, would you fucking shank him? Oh, what?
She can't even, she fucking tried. She got no fucking fighting skills, got no fucking drive. She can't fucking hit it. Fucking slow as shit. And everything. She wouldn't be able to train with an athlete like me, even if she had $1 million to pay an hour.
Would you punch her in the face? Would you hit a woman? You're so pissed about it right now?
I can tell you one thing. There is actually a thing. First of all, in combat, there is no gender. There is only competitors. A winner and a fucking loser. There is no gender. Is fucking
I finally got it. I'm not vaxxed. Yes, you're gonna die. Make sure you have life insurance.
completely biased, and the winner is the winner. Second, it's the survival of the fittest, and no fucking buck-10 little fucking retard that's never been in a fight, that can't fucking fight her way out of a fucking paper bag, can't hold the weight in a fucking, in any league, let alone a professional league, or even in the fucking military, has no fucking reason to even fucking talk. You're a fucking clown hiding behind the protection of everybody else. You're a fucking pathetic little fucking disease. Second of all and stuff, no one wants a fucking 2. No one wants a fucking 1 or 2 or a 0. They want fucking 10s. If you ain't a fucking 10, fucking suck it up, because it's your fucking life choices where you fucking...
In order to get a 10, you have to be a high-value man. I think I've discussed this before. As far as the reason why I always tell people don't go for looks is because unless you're a Chad or a Slayer or something like that, you got to go with what you can get, basically. You know what I mean? Plain and simple, As far as Savage is concerned, I mean, he can't expect a 10, But I would agree with him on Sassy Goddess being a 2 or a 3. That's a hard 2, in fact.
It's so fucking ugly and everything where you can't fucking go and fucking be on the fucking cover of fucking 30 magazine, getting fucking offers daily and all that by other competitors, shooting down other competitors and all that and stuff, because you can't get time to go work them.
Joe,
and all that and stuff. You know what? No one fucking wants a fucking loser. No one goes out and says, I'm gonna hire 2 losers, I'm gonna fucking go pay a loser. No. They don't fucking go for that. They go for fucking winners like us.
Yo,
and fucking.
Did you?
You want fucking do shit?
Okay, you said
fucking
you not.
step your fucking life up. Other than that, shut your fucking bitch ass mouth.
Did you knock out your own mom? You said.
My mom lost her ability to fucking punch me at age 10 when I fucking took the belt and fucking whooped her bitch ass.
You hit
and stuff. And I sent her to the hospital when I was fucking 14.
I guarantee you she was
That's the one thing. If you ain't fucking adult enough to stand up to your parents before the age of 16, you're not fucking savage. You want fucking everything else, and you fucking that's just making part of it. There's people that are afraid of their parents. There's parents that are afraid of their children.
Did you send her to the fucking hospital? Did you hit her so fucking hard and her head hit the concrete and she got fucked up the way she deserved it? Tell us, give me details. The statute of limitations is over. You can't get in trouble.
Okay.
And you're out of the...
She had a broken jaw, 3 broken ribs, a broken arm, and a broken kneecap. And that was only within 2 fucking hits.
You hit her twice and she got all of those broken bones. How old was she when you did this? 70, 80? How old?
I think she's 37.
Frank, in order to land a 10, you have to either be 2 things. 1, both, or, or so forth. 1, you could be a Chad or a Slayer. You can be a 10. 2, you have to have a lot of money. You could be a 70-year-old decrepit bastard, Frank. But if your net worth is like $2 to $5 million, you can get any type of pussy you want. You know what I mean? Whether it's a pussycat or a freaking... Who's a good-looking girl that's actually a 10? Madonna? Yes, Madonna whenever she was in her 20s. Those are the only 2 criteria. You either are pretty wealthy or a Chad or a Slayer. McCluck would be considered the same as Cuban. They would be considered genetic trash. That's below an incel, So you have a Slayer, then you have Chad, then you have a normie. Normie is what most guys are. And I'm talking about white folks here, It doesn't go for black folks. This is just white people. According to the chart that was on, well, I'm not going to name the site because it's a site I'm not allowed on because I'm a Negro. So where was I? So there's Slayer first, then Chad, then Normie, then Incel, and then finally genetic trash. McCluck, Cuban, they are definitely genetic trash.
Wow. And you were 13, 14, you said?
Yeah.
And then you left home. Where'd you go when you left?
To the military. Where else?
At 14?
No.
McCluck definitely isn't a normie.
I was 16.
Oh, but you said you left home at 14 after you beat your mother up.
I mean, he would be an incel if he didn't have that screwed up leg or so forth. Whenever you're a cripple there, Frank, you automatically drop from incel to genetic trash. Now, Cuban, he could possibly pass for an incel, but I think with that head shaped like Bert from Sesame Street, it falls again into that genetic trash stuff.
Nah, I said 16 the entire time, but I don't give a fuck.
I heard, there's so much yelling with you guys arguing. I might have heard wrong. So at 16, you kick your fucking mother's ass and you join. But don't you need your parents' permission to sign up when you're under 17 or 18? Well, until you're 18, you can sign up.
That's the whole thing.
Big Lenny would be an incel. Yeah.
Recruiters got it.
Now, Jay Masters in college, he would have been considered a Chad. At this point in time, Jay Masters would classify as a normie, actually, surprisingly enough. I don't make the rules here. I mean, like I said, this is from a site that, I'm not allowed on because I'm black, but that's the chart that they actually make,
Job. They don't just sit in the office.
So you use
anything else. So you can do shit. I don't give a fuck, but you know what? I'm not going to talk to any more fucking little fucking bitches. and all that. Like you look and everything. Every once in a while, you get like a 6 or 7 in here and all that. But you know, like I knew like he was gonna pull a Charlotte cunt, fucking little fucking piss ant, little floor licker and all that, and you fucking did anyways and stuff. So.
Broke her kneecap too, your mother, right? That must have fucking hurt. She probably still feels that. It probably, when it rains out, it gets stiff and stuff, right?
Oh, keep on fucking running your mouth and everything else. So, like I said, in combat, there is no fucking gender. And all that. There's a winner and a fucking loser. And if you can't fucking deal with that, it means one thing. You're a fake and you're not a fighter.
Now, as far as black folks are concerned, I have to stem back to Chris Rock, you know. There's black folks and there's niggas. There's only two types. You're either black folk or a nigga. You know, that's the way it works for black folks. Just to let you know. For white people, according to that chart there, it's a lot more elaborate. Like I said, again, that's not my rules or anything. I didn't make the chart. I've showed you guys the chart before, you know.
Ask any fighter. Go ask anybody in the UFC. Go ask any fucking body in the military. Go ask anybody that's really fucking trained, you know, and stuff. There's a winner and a loser. There's only one.
Did you?
And like in, you know, certain part, like and stuff, they don't got vaginas. It doesn't matter if they got vaginas. They're a combatant.
Combatant. So do you find Sassy to be a combatant of yours? She's not in the military, so she still gets the same treatment.
So
right?
what?
No break.
She says she's a fighter. I'd freaking beat her. I'd beat her out straight to the ground, send her ass packing and everything else, or put her in a fucking box where it fucking belongs. And like, and just like anybody else, you get one fucking shot in this fucking world. You either fucking spend it towards somebody you can fucking stand with, or somebody you can't.
Joe's a military. You didn't know Joe was a military guy? Wild chicken dances.
That was quite minty. I'll be right back, folks. I gotta get more water. Actually, better yet, here we go. While I'm going to break, you guys can stare at Tim Scott for a bit. There you go. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. Yeah, quick pump, something like that. I mean, you ought to see the person that he's marrying, but, you know, this here is an example. Let me show you guys this here. And this brings upon my point as far as exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. Now, folks, here's the thing. This is the point I'm trying to make here, is that when you got a lot of money, you can pretty much land anyone. Now, if Tim Scott didn't have money and he wasn't a senator, do you think for one moment that this lady would hook up with this big gum looking motherfucker? Ask yourself that question. Oh boy. The only thing he needs to do is tuck in that fucking lip of his. Ugh. I don't know why he doesn't do that for. Make sure you guys hit that like button, folks. If you guys want to put a donation in, you can.
Though went phenomenally well.
Oh boy. Let's see what we got here.
The bicep training went well. Super happy with all of it. As you guys know, I start every workout with a training max. They're not intended to be true maxes. I just want a good single that's above 85%, maybe close to 90% of a max.
What is this jumble?
The weight went up across the board. Also got the deeper stretch by touching on the incline. By the time I got to this last set, my chest was just trashed. It was just throbbing. It was burning. That last rep, I was scared I wasn't going to be able to lock it. Noticed me shaking. And I know it looked good, but when I did it, I'm like, all right, same thing here. This is where we're seeing the fatigue accumulate. I just can't even grip it anymore, but I think it was also my overall fatigue. Felt really good. I felt like the bicep activation was absolutely on point. It felt good. I felt the biceps fail at the end. Right there, you can tell. And I try to do that. See, notice that little movement? That was me
That definitely wasn't a bicep curl. It looks like he was using more elbow.
trying to lift it, and it just stuck. So just to get there, I wouldn't have been able to get it otherwise. And again, controlled that negative on the last one, then it failed. I couldn't get another rep. And then we finished up.
Well, it was my point, Frank, to where men of power, no matter how ugly as fuck they are, they're always going to get 10s. I mean, I wouldn't call her a 10. I would call her, well, she's a lot older woman or so forth, but she probably was a 10 maybe about 20 years ago or so. But yeah, that's my point. You know, if you got money, the sky's the limit. If you got no money, the limit is the sky.
No, went phenomenally well.
Let's look at a little bit of good old Andy Poe.
I just hated the way that I felt every day. I didn't have control of my thoughts, over my feelings. I just didn't like the way that I felt. Just being sad, angry.
You know, Andy should put up a lot more videos. I think he can give a lot of good advice to a lot of people. But I think he's more on Instagram than he is on YouTube.
Depressed.
Brad's definitely a normie, Ben.
Just even going as far as taking 12 grams of mushrooms. Just
chances are probably the same as Jay. Maybe about 10 or 20 years earlier, he would have been a Chad. You know, no joke. But when you get older and stuff, usually you switch to that normie stage.
Just to figure out who I was, and the questions kept coming up over and over. Who are you and what do you want? Who are you and what do you want? Who are you and what do you want? I couldn't answer that question. I grew up in a household that was always just pressing you to be and do something else. Be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer, be something that we want you to be. But meanwhile, I was just always growing up around fighting, a lot of anger, things being thrown around.
By the way, I may as well say the name of the website that makes those classifications of white people is Stormfront. I think this is something Matt C showed me one of these days because he posts on Stormfront a bunch. And he showed the different classifications of white people. I learned about that many years ago. I didn't even know there was a classification of white folks, but here we are, so...
I see my sister and my mom fist fight. I see my dad drink. I see him pack up. I see him leave the house. Just the poor ability to communicate and express themselves fully, to control their emotions. Just constantly being told what to do. And I just felt lost, confused, angry, sad.
I would, honestly, Ben, I think Andy collabed with Wes Watson simply for, you know, because one of the benefits or so-called benefits is, you know, he puts you on spot, basically. He gets your name out, in other words. So I think that's why he collabed with them specifically. I mean, it could be because he could have looked up to him. I don't know, Ben.
Shortly after my 16th birthday, my dad went out to the bank to go get some money so he could buy me a computer for my birthday.
I am benching heavier, but I'm still staying around that 200, 225 range with plenty of reps. I don't try to go too heavy anymore, Psycho. Not at this age.
Birthday gift. And I just remember playing handball in the court of my building in Flatbush. Ball rolls into this alley. And this alley is how we came home. You know, this is where people threw out their trash from the 6-story building. Homeless people slept there, pissed there, and as the ball rolled down, I went to go get it. I saw my father laying down with groceries scattered around him, his head split open on the ground. The pillar of my life, the support, taken away. I didn't know how to deal with life. No one taught me how. And I watch everyone else around me crumble. So you just have to figure it out.
But I still didn't know how to cope with the loss of a father and seeing everyone else around me lose it.
I didn't know he lost his father like that. That's pretty sad there. Well, Psycho, 225 is a standard in the NFL Combine, so...
Started smoking 4 blunts a day. Wake up, smoke a blunt. Have breakfast, smoke a blunt. Have lunch, smoke a blunt. Have dinner, smoke a blunt. Every day. I mean, I saw my father drink all the time to cope with his emotions, his frustration, and his anger, so I was going to cope in my own way. I ended up going to school for electrical engineering, but after 2 years of your core classes, I just realized engineering wasn't for me. I had no idea what it meant to be an engineer, but I just wanted to make my parents proud. I dropped out, I went for graphic design, I was working retail, and I was finally starting to ask myself the question of what did I want to do for a living? What was going to make me happy? I was on lunch break at work at the handball courts with some friends and a cousin who was showing off tattoos that they did on each other. It didn't even look that good. But I asked my cousin, I said, hey, would you let me tattoo you? He said, only if you got good. And I remember asking my brother, what advice would you have if I wanted to tattoo? He said, if you move to Las Vegas, I'll teach you how. And I struggled, but I put my head down, I studied, I did the work, I traveled the world, I did tattoo conventions, I won trophies, and I just remember this feeling that I just wanted to do things differently. The interactions with the clients, with the artists, the way that I wanted to work doing tattoos. I want to grow and thrive too, in my own way. And that was such a scary time for me because I knew I needed to have a conversation with my brother, my mentor, my father figure, the person who put me onto tattooing, my tattoo artist. And I was unsure, but I knew that I was going to bring up some news that was going to disappoint him. And that's when it all came crashing down, because I had to part ways with my brother. Through that, I ended up moving back to New York and to figure out what were the next steps in life. That was when I felt lost again. Didn't know how to move on. I was just disconnected from my wife, from my daughter, just being depressed, sad, angry, frustrated. I got into mushrooms, MDMA, ketamine. But what I realized was it just amplified all of that. It didn't help me solve anything. I still had to come back and deal with all of it by myself. That I had to step up and I was responsible for everything in my life.
I want to grow and thrive too.
Yeah, those sandbags are definitely no joke. That's a good way to get some good cardio in, is using those sandbags.
And then we moved to Austin for a fresh start. Bright, open canvas, so much potential. We created Upside Tattoo, and I just remember what I envisioned was finally coming to life with these big, bright white walls, these textures, these plants. It was just so zen, so calm, so peaceful. It was me. This was what I wanted to bring to tattooing. To be able to really connect with clients and with artists and to create in a way that wasn't possible for me before. I know what it's like to be lost, frustrated, angry, not sure of who you are. I've been there, I've walked that path. My purpose is to share my story to help people become the best version of themselves.
I like Andy Poe. I would collab with Andy, definitely. But if I was going to get a tattoo, I mean, I'd definitely go there. I mean, look at the place. It's pretty awesome. Well, I got no choice in doing gear, Psycho, because I'm no longer producing any hormones. I'm not producing any testosterone, no growth hormone, pituitary glands all messed up and everything. So I've been getting a lot bigger and a lot leaner and putting on more muscle because I've been taking Seponate and stuff. So steroids, they're great. Yes, indeed. I do feel like my old self again, too, you know. But I was just trying to do one more drug-free event, but I just didn't make it, so that's why I've been getting in better shape, so, because of the steroids. It's really helped out a bunch.
Yo, what's up, man?
Well, this one's only 7 minutes, so we'll go ahead and watch this Sean G, but it'll still be the only Sean G video we'll watch tonight.
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm the window cleaner with soul, man. Y'all know what it is. Got my music on right now.
You know, you got to ask yourself this question. Since he sells these shirts and stuff, why is he not wearing one of his shirts for? He should be wearing... If I was selling shirts, I would wear the shirts anytime I'm on camera. That would be me, honestly.
Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Yo, what's up, man? These are my 2 books, man. Go on my website right now, gumbypublishing.bigcartel.com. You can get volume 1 or you can get volume 2. They're $15. Shipping is $7.35 because I send everything priority mail, $22.35. Go support, get the books. gumbypublishing.bigcartel.com. Yo, today, man, we're going to talk about make, keep, and maintain eye contact. Make, keep, and maintain eye contact. What's up? What's going on over there? You alright? What's going on? You want to be on my YouTube channel? Alright. Make, keep, and maintain eye contact. What's up, man?
Well, even if he's at work, that guy, I mean, he's got to have some older shirts, so he should wear those, you know.
Eye contact in every situation, man, is so very important, man. When I'm trying to get a new client, a new window cleaning client, in sales, right? I'm trying to go in and sell myself and sell my services to whomever. I make eye contact with the decision maker about who's gonna be able to say yes or no with cleaning these windows. I make eye contact and I make sure I maintain and keep it. If you see a pretty ass girl, a fly ass honey, man, You want to step to her, right? You see a bad bitch, you want to step to her, right? You get your vibration up and you step to her. As soon as you step to her, from the moment you step to her, you make eye contact and you don't break. You make her break away first. But you maintain, and keep eye contact. If you're doing a business deal, if you're walking into an unknown situation at a cookout, a wedding, a reception, a birthday party, and it's people you don't know, or you walking into a jail cell, a bullpen, prison. From the moment you step in that the moment you step in that situation, man, you keep, and you maintain eye contact, man. That says a whole lot about you. That conveys a serious message about you.
You know, if you stare a little bit too long as far as eye contact is only when you're in a business situation. If you're doing that with a woman, they're going to think that you're a stalker. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. So you should be mindful as far as to who you make eye contact to and what place are you at in making eye contact. Because making eye contact is not suitable in all situations.
Listen to what I'm telling you now, man. Body language is everything, man. Eye contact is super important. When you're talking to anybody, you're trying to get them to see your point of view. You're trying to get them to see things your way. Your son, your daughter, your wife, your girl, your neighbor, your whomever. Man, you make eye contact, kid, and you keep that eye contact, kid. Right? Because let me tell you what happens. Not only does that say a lot about you to the party that you're talking to, but they are also going to convey to you and say a lot to you about who they are as to whether they can maintain, keep, and make eye contact with you. Man, a motherfucker, man, you talking to a nigga, man, and his goddamn eyes is darting all over. He looking down, he talking to you, he looking over there. Man, you can't put a whole lot of stock in nothing. How you doing? I got you. Come here for a minute. I got a YouTube channel.
Oh, there he goes and pesters someone again.
Yo, this is Noella. Yo, this is Noella, man. She just came out the crib. Come here, Noella. So, when you finna go to work?
Yep.
Where you work at?
Wait.
Where you work at?
Buffalo Wild Wings, B-Dubs,
I'm not buying any of his books.
Okay, you finna drive? What nationality are you?
Filipino.
Motherfucker Filipino. Shout out to the Filipino community in Manila.
Yeah.
All right. So what's up with you? So you working?
Yep.
How old are you? Where you student at?
William Patterson.
Where you should go to William Paris. What's your major?
Nursing.
Motherfucking nursing. My mother's an RN, man. My mother's a nurse. Nursing major at William Patterson. How old are you?
21.
21 years old. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So listen. Tell my people. Tell my subscribers. Yo, fuck with Sean's YouTube channel, man. Say, yo, fuck with Sean's YouTube channel.
Fuck that YouTube channel.
No, don't fuck that YouTube channel. Fuck with Sean's YouTube. Fuck with Sean's YouTube channel. Yeah.
We gotta go to work.
All right, well, thank you. All right. So
That poor lady didn't even want to be on video, you know. But there goes Sean up there baiting her into it.
they're gonna be communicating back to you. And like I was saying, a woman or a human being that can't look you in your eye and tell you what it is they trying to tell you, put very little stock in what the fuck they saying.
He's like one of those. He's like that prison philosopher on that in Living Color, the one Damon Wayans played. I know she said "fuck you" channel. You know, there's nothing better, Ben, than unintentional comedy, unintentional mints. And that was pretty minty. So that was also the only Sean G video we're going to play today. Lord knows I don't want to play anything else. All right, let's check out the whole Mack truck situation here.
What's cracking, everybody? So, you know me, I'm diving right into my videos. I don't take my time no more. But listen, you guys, some of you guys, been having the audacity to go on my Instagram pages, go on my videos and say, oh, what security? He didn't have security. Show the video. Show the video. This is the thing. I don't understand why would anyone need private security or whatever for a fitness expo, especially when you're not active. It makes absolutely no sense. Look at it.
Mack Truck is right. I mean, most expos already have security, so why do you need to bring extra security? Unless you're a politician or something like that. So that is kind of weird.
I shows up. Y'all rarely might only see Mack Truck 2 deep. If I'm with more than me and one person, me and Marquise, or me and Quam, or me and Leo, or me and my brother Sid, I'm by myself. And everybody know Mack Truck is from the land. And I don't have security. Why? Because I'm not trying to portray something that I'm not. I don't bother anyone. Now, I talk crap. I have a channel. It's my job. I'm supposed to talk crap. I'm supposed to get on here and entertain my supporters, my family members, with the information that we all be curious to want to know about. Okay? I don't understand why anyone would need private security. Hell, even Rich Piana didn't have private security. Now, he surrounded himself with like 30 to 60 men, but we see those men, only one really did something and he paid the cost. He got himself knocked out there. But ain't nobody talking about that. And he still didn't have security. Now, if people would just focus on educating people, putting out some funny content or whatever their lane is, besides all this tough guy shit, because now all of a sudden it's a cholo convention when it was already a prison convention and all of that with the jail closed. But this is the thing. I have proof of the security. It's clear as day. Now, you think just because you put them in strength cartel clothing, they blends in. I am from the land. I know how to scope this stuff. But the thing is, there's not too many people that's in that bitch. We in that bitch. And Marquise that's just gonna go regardless if what the setting is. If it's no kids, we turn it all the way out, turn it up, and we just do what we do. Me and my squad, and me, I don't invite my folks to my events. Now, when I start by getting my booths, of course I'm gonna have my peoples in there, but they know we cannot make Mack Truck and Team 18 Wheelers, the brand, look bad. So if things get crazy, let's handle it outside of here, you know.
Honestly, I couldn't tell whether that was security or not, but I'll take Mac's word for it. I mean, it could have been people that, you know, they've never known. I mean, some people just roll pretty deep. No, Mack Truck definitely is not my type.
My guys know that, right? Now, I don't try to portray myself as some tough guy. I'm far from a tough guy. I just stand on principles. I believe in respect. I believe in giving my respect before I receive it, because there should be no other reason for me not to get my respect back. You got tall guys wearing the stuff, and that's the other thing. He got shirts called LA killers. That's what lets you know those dudes not smart, because I promise, right hand to God, they get caught in LA.
Yeah, you can't be wearing no LA killers. No, that's a Crip thing. That's a Crip or Blood thing. You don't want to be walking around with that type of shirt.
In the county, in the community, wearing that type of stuff, they could get themselves potentially hurt. They fans and supporters need to be wise of what they saying. That's just like back in the day or whatever, whoever hood I don't get along with, we whack them out with a K. We put they hood and whack them out with a killer. It's the same thing. Now, if they do know what they doing and they trying to bark up the tree, okay, may peace be with them. But I know for a fact, it was folks in that expo kept running to me about that. And I say, man, we ain't on that type of time. They don't know better. Leave them dudes alone. They don't know they saying fuck LA. They have no idea they saying fuck LA. And then they got the gorilla shirt with gorilla killers. You cannot be wearing that in certain places in Inland Empire, Las Vegas, LA, because why? You have a few motorcycle clubs that's gorillas. You got us, certified gorillas. It's a lot of ape shit going on. You know, you got a variety of folks that really box with this gorilla shit, and when you have killer on that, you saying F them, and ain't nobody gonna.
Well, Ben, it's like I said before. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that was security.
Wanna take the time to be like, oh, they own some fitness stuff, because when they see a motherfucker dressing like they gangsters and stuff with it, automatically, boom, it's on. And I'm like, but that just goes to show that these dudes is not educated when it comes to this street stuff. You know, it only take a split second for anything like that to turn this whole thing into something else. You know, me, I don't wear K's, nothing on my stuff, because I'm too mature for that. I don't put killers, nothing on mine. Now that Love It, Kill It, that's different. But killers, I don't put that nowhere near me, because I don't want to be living that life where I got to do this all the time. I had a good 2 years to where I ain't have to do this. I just had a good 2 years, and I'm still having those years where I don't have to do this, even when I'm down in the land. Why? Because I have a squad out there. I have a squad. I'm respected by every neighborhood out there. I'm respected by it. I respect them. I show my gratitude to each and every last one of the individuals that when I stump into their hood, you know, and I've been doing this from the gate. The high school I actually graduated from, I was there with nothing but enemies. But they knew that dude Wes, he get down. He the only one that's from that side that can come here, because he really get down and he ain't messing with nobody. He respecting everybody. I was surrounded by nothing but enemies. It is what it is. But I liked it to school. You see what I'm saying? I was bounced to different school. I was always kicked out of school, and from 6th grade all the way up to 10th grade, just getting kicked out every year at different schools. So I learned to mind my business. I've never been a bullying type. And I learned that I don't need to be surrounded by a gang of dudes in order for me to go somewhere. Nearly everyone that I did collaborations with, they can tell you, Mac Truck, 9.9 times out of 10, he pulls up by himself. That's what I do, because I'm not walking in fear. I'm not portraying like I'm something when I know I'm not. And I'm not afraid of nothing on the face of this earth at all. I'm not afraid of no one. And that's why I can do the craziest things I do. I done stripped. I done threw the OnlyFans out there. I do whatever I want. I done died.
You used to strip. I mean, No, that's you lose your man points whenever you strip or do OnlyFans and show your noodle. Real men don't do that stuff, you know. You don't need to do that for money, you know. Remember when I had that conversation when I lost my job at Alltel, when I got laid off? Did I go to stripping? Did I go to OnlyFans? Did I start doing porn? No, I unloaded trucks at Walmart for $7.95 an hour. It wasn't that much money, but it was respectful. It was a respectful job, folks. No, you don't have to strip. You don't have to do OnlyFans. When you're doing that, you lose your man points right there. I'm sorry, Mac Truck, and that goes for Collie Muscle, any of these other clowns that's done this. If you strip, if you show your noodle or so forth like that, when a man does stripping, they're attracting gay men. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Lord knows women don't really look at male strippers. Gay men do. You know, that's what I tried to tell Derek Anthony. Derek Anthony went on the boat called the CT, SEATEA. He was on the CT and he made a lot of money on that boat, but the boat was full of gay men. So whenever you see a male stripper, yeah, you might get one or two women, but mostly that's for gays. That's for homosexuals to look at. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real and telling it like it is. So basically, Mac Truck was stripping for gay men. Homos. Okay? Homos.
Like my hair, I grew my balls, spotted everything. Why? No one mess with Mac. Because he doing his own thing. Leave that man alone. These guys need to understand. Once you become a public figure, the message that you seeing out there, you got to be mindful to the youth. Because this guy first expo where he had to have security. It wasn't for Mac Truck. It must have been for Joey Stacks. Mac Truck ain't send no threats to nobody. I'm in the same state as them. So you ain't got to worry about going to no expo thinking Mac Truck gonna do something to you when I can pull up to you locally. So it must have been for Joey Stacks. So when people saying, Mac, why you didn't go say it in his face? Say what in his face? I was busy. I was right where I needed to be. I was surrounded by the peoples that I hold dear to me and my supporters and new potential supporters. That's what I was doing up in there. I couldn't walk around to enjoy it. Why? I forgot how hot of a commodity I am. I forgot how popular I am. And it didn't do nothing but show me like, dude, there's people who's really watching you, really supporting what you're doing, and really trust your honesty. Continue being what you are. Continue doing what you're doing. So, to those of you that want to get in this business right. Don't come out here with no gimmick. Don't come out here trying to portray something you're not. Don't be one thing, then another thing, the next. Because when you do it like that, you will get exposed. You will get exposed. And once you get exposed, you're not going to be able to recover. Look at Cali Muscle. He cannot recover. That's you, Ladybug? Yeah. Get what you want, baby.
I was looking to see where you was.
Oh, I'm in there doing a YouTube video. You need anything?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll be done in a minute. Right. Literally a minute. Yeah, Ladybug, just seeing where I'm doing, where I'm at. Ain't got nothing. Oh. Look at this thing. Beat up. So, President Mac Truck of the Mother Chapter, right?
And also a male stripper. Doesn't matter if you put on a motorcycle jacket. Don't matter if you walk around with a knife. Once you become a male stripper, you lose your man points. Sorry.
Them guys need to understand that when they portraying this gangster stuff, they got to be mindful with the wording and the things they do. Because the LA killers and all that, because I ain't going to lie to you. I love where I'm from. I love my city. I love my state. I love my county. You see what I'm saying? I lost a lot of great peoples, women, children, and men with my city, my state, my county. I love it to my core. I'm around here and I see they fan with that on. I'm gonna ask them politely, could you please remove that? Because what you saying is F my city. And if they don't, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go and get myself into a fight over a city. I'm from 275, D review. I am not gonna fight somebody over my hood, per se, my former hood. That's silly. That's not smart thinking. And this is the problem I have with Joey Styles and Big Boy and Wes, and stuff like that. You got Joey up there pulling a knife on someone, and everything. He's got money. All these people, they got money. They got family. They're in a good place right now. And literally one fight, one confrontation, they can go back to prison, and their life is flushed down the toilet like doo-doo. It's like Tony Soprano said, if you do something like that, you're just flushing your life down the toilet, I'll say what I'm not going to.
But I sure as hell ain't going to defend my city or my hood or anything like that. The hood will be fine. The hood will still be perfectly fine, even if someone's talking shit about it.
But I love my city to my core. I lost a lot of great peoples to this city, to my upbringing, to my roots. And I don't know if that's what they really feel and if that's what they really mean. May peace be with them. They the ones gonna deal with that headache. Because that's taking on Inglewood. That's taking on Hawthorne. That's taking on LA. That's taking on that whole county. Only thing they haven't got to worry about is Compton and Long Beach. But Inglewood is still part of LA County. Hollywood is nothing but a plethora of games.
This is a prime example of nigger sociology. Black folks got to go and defend their hood or so forth. No, they don't. I don't have to defend my hood or my city. The whole city of Inglewood is not going to come down to these boys just because they're wearing LA Killer or Gorilla Killer, They're just not. You may have some dirty looks or so forth, and it's not a smart idea to wear this stuff, but come on, now Mack Truck is just exaggerating the shit. This is nigger sociology right here.
Gangbangers that really stands for that and bleed for that. And I just hope those dudes understand what they doing, what they putting their supporters into by selling that type of stuff. And I made sure that nothing crazy was going to happen in that expo behind that. Because I got approached left or right by that. Like, dude, man, leave it alone. This is not the type of ball game. And I'm quite sure it's people that can jump in my comments and say they told me the same thing. I'm like, they just don't know. I tell everybody that bring it to my attention, they just don't know. They don't know. They don't know. But you can't put nothing like that and put killers behind it because you whacking out the whole state, the whole city. You whacking out the whole city. And there's people from LA that's moved to every state that really love their city. And you just got to be mindful and careful because that's going to create something very bad for them. Hey, like I say, I'm not putting K's on nothing. I'm not finna whack out nobody, nothing. I'm not finna put nothing but killers on my shit because I respect every walk of life and I'm just way more in tune because I really live it and I know how serious that is. Anyways, the People's Champ, giving it to you gun barrel straight, raw and uncut, no filter. Till next time, I smell y'all later. I hope you guys that's watching this video, y'all can truly understand what I'm saying and the message that I'm putting out there. I don't care if it get related to them or not and they can understand it. I don't care. I'm just letting my supporters,
hey, what's up
my
there?
family
Welcome to the
members
show.
know that they don't know. They moving to the points where they got to have security. When it's 15 of them already, why do you need security when it's so many of y'all? What that tell you? They ain't about that. They ain't about that. It's crazy. So you're going to see in the video the guy pushing him, making sure Big Boy is good. He's smiling, looking like Goofy. He got another behind him, tall. You can see when Big signing autographs, he owned it. I give him his money. The dude in the back, he owned it.
I would probably just get some Coca-Cola. Just keep it simple with the Jack Daniels if you're not knowing a specific drink. Either that or just have Jack Daniels on the rocks. Just have it neat. Actually, since you got Jack Daniels, if it's a good brand, just have it neat. You know, just a shot. That's all you really need.
He's not cracking smiles. He's on it. Whatever he was told to do, whatever he was hired to do, he was ready to do it. So I give it to him for that. That guy, he was on his job. But these guards got to be very careful with who it is they guarding. I've seen so many security guards get their shit rearranged. Oh boy. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a community of education and entertainment on what we're doing. When have it became this? Even after I had to shut down a tough guy crew of 5%ers and everything, it's still supposed to never went there. I was outnumbered. They say I ran. I backpedaled up out of that. I'm getting bum rushed by that whole thing. I don't know who with it or who not. So when have it became this circus? When have it became to the point to where it gotta be this? Anyway, People's Champ, giving it to you gun barrel straight, raw and uncut, no filter. Till next time, I'll smell y'all later. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so you can stay in tune with everything that's going on. Go check out the cooking video I dropped with the spaghetti, the pasta. Go check that one out because that's a positive video for those of you that say I don't do positive videos. Go check that one out. Give it a like.
You ain't gonna keep pow pow pow. Like I said, folks, this is nigger sociology. You know, he was doing somewhat okay with the it is not a good idea to wear LA killers or gorilla killers, but now he's up there exaggerating the shit like the whole city's gonna come. No, it ain't. It just isn't. You're gonna get some dirty looks. You might get one crazy Negro getting all up in their face and everything like that if you go straight. But come on now, really? And trying to talk all this man stuff. Like I said, I can strip, I can do it. There's nothing cool about stripping, You want hardcore, get a real job, Go unload some trucks, It ain't gonna pay you as much as stripping, but it's respectful. It's what real men do, That's what they're supposed to do. All right, I think we got time for one more video, which I'm not going to watch this one. Like I said before, only one Sean G video a night. That's it. So I shall pick out a specialty instead, because I'm not playing any more Sean G crap. So we'll play some Vegan Gains bits here. Let's see what we got. All right. Let's start with this one from Veganism Exposed.
Look at my grandpa.
WTF, dude, that's insane. Are you sure you still want to keep taking this shit? Are you turning into a lion or something?
I talked to a psychiatrist and she told me the extreme exhaustion.
This chick messaged me to hang out tomorrow at noon. Well, if you're not in good condition, just call it off or just schedule it for a later afternoon. Well, it's going to say the quality on the bottle, When it comes to Jack Daniels, you know, you can easily go by price to tell the quality of it. If it's the cheapest bottle of Jack Daniels, then you're going to get a low quality. If you spend a little bit more, then it's going to be better quality.
And sleepiness I have might not have anything to do with the meds I'm on. It may just be bipolar disorder. So, she said just stay on the meds and see what happens, but it may just be bipolar disorder for why I'm having the exhaustion. Thanks for the donation, nigga.
Bipolar disorder. No, it's beyond bipolar disorder. You're just... My cousin's crazy.
Our husbands are disabled. Of course people think we are intimate.
I'm sorry, but my cousin is crazy. Let's see.
Quality special products make people healthier, and
well, $50 is a respectful amount of money. I would go ahead and check reviews because I don't drink Jack Daniels. You know, I go with Virgil Cane instead. So since you've already got it, I would just go online as far as the ingredients are concerned.
Eventually I'll be at a point where I'm.
What are your thoughts on Alabama executing a death row inmate using nitrogen gas? I think it's still better than the electric chair.
I would imagine it's painless, so I guess it's a good way to execute. Nitrogen gas should just put you to sleep. So, and yeah, it's certainly much less painful than the electric chair. Electric chairs are horrifically painful. Thanks for the donation, Killian Titan.
Somewhat comfortable, but we're...
Here's the thing, folks. Now, what he's talking about is the recent news that other person got put to death because of nitrogen gas, and people's up there all up in arms about the way he died. But they don't talk about the victim, folks. Of all these, they're complaining so much about how we put someone to death. I mean, just imagine. I mean, this person here went and stabbed a lady to death. Stabbed her. You know, you're having a piece of metal just going straight through your body multiple times. I think she got stabbed like 15 or... This guy stabbed a person 15, 20 times. He was the one that organized the hit, you know, and stuff. He didn't... Just because he didn't actually do it, he put that thing in motion. That's why he got the death penalty. You know, we should be more concerned about victims of violent crimes and murders rather than how they die, you know. I could care less if they put him to death with nitrogen gas, whether they hung him from a fucking tree, whether they put him in the electric chair, or just threw him off the cliff like Wile E. Coyote. You know, any of those deaths are better than what he subjected that poor lady to back in the 80s, you know. We need to focus more on the victims, not the people not the murderers. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Is it safe to drink on an empty stomach? No. Always drink with some food. Drinking on an empty stomach is going to definitely play as far as a hangover is concerned. So grab some bread or something.
So that's all for today's story.
Hey, Jasmine. Where are you? Are you using the PS5? I want it. Turn it off now. Tell me when it's turned off.
I guess that's it about that. I guess he uses his PS5. That's what he's using the game on.
Keep laughing.
When he games on his channel and stuff. But that's going to be the last video for today. We're going to get a little music playing. So get your questions in. If you wish to put a donation, you can in, but we're going to get a little music in. And of course, let's not forget the hole. Music time, folks. Let's play some music. What did I have for dinner? I just had a pasta dish earlier on and some grilled chicken. That was around 6 o'clock or so. I try to get in all my carbs before 6 o'clock, but it was slightly late actually. Whenever I get my carbs in at 6, that gives me the energy to do the rest of the show tonight. No, you don't want to mix those two together. You don't mix two different alcohols together unless you're making a specific drink. So I definitely wouldn't do that. Hey, Lamar, what's up? Just finishing up the show as usual. You gonna be streaming later on tonight? I mean, the only time you should mix alcohols together is if you're making a specific drink, like a Manhattan, for example. You know, that requires different alcohols here, you know. AH. Nah, no more videos for the night. I'm a little tired, actually. I want to make sure also I get my questions in as well. The usual Q&A. Now remember, folks, Soul Poll Saturday will be 2 hours. It will also be a full react. So I'm going to extend out the time for that show. Yeah, I'm probably going to hit the bed tonight after the show. I'm pretty tired. Working out, you know, and stuff, and doing all this studying. For the official day, folks. Let's get the snake, folks. I don't have a Grindr profile, and I don't have a Tinder profile. Sorry, I don't do that stuff. Nice calming music. Hey, Lamar, if you're still here, are you going to be streaming later on? I've been making a lot of gains, Psycho. Like I said, the Seepinate will do that. I'll show that tomorrow on Soul Pull Saturday if you guys want to see it. Well, I want to make sure that I'm pretty lean for summertime, which I think I'm going to accomplish at this point. Maybe even get in the 6-pack. Although with the gear, it's pretty easy to do now. I mean, because I'm training more because of it, you know. But the biggest thing I'm going to do is because I'm going to be working, I'm probably going to start going to bed around 11 o'clock or so at the latest. Wake up at 6 or 7, hit the gym, and do all my workouts in the morning. Because I'm going to be working from 11 till 11:30 till 7 at night. But the goal is just to stay healthy, you know. In a couple of months, in April, I turned 47, so it's very important for me to stay in as best shape as possible. But I am definitely getting leaner. It's kind of scary, too. $17.28. Oh, 1786. No, I got big old balls still. They've not shrunk. I'm not taking a massive amount. I'm only taking 50 milligrams a week. I'm being very conservative on it, but I don't really need that much, you know. All right, folks, 15 minutes left. Get your questions in, because we're going to turn it out at midnight. After all, that's why we call it the Midnight Run. Hey, Chad, man, you getting in here late. We only got like 15 minutes left, but glad you made it in. You do know we're going to extend Soul Pole Saturday from 1 to 3 o'clock, so That's going to be a 2-hour show now instead of 1. I'm afraid I have to shut it down. It's a midnight run, Chad. You know it. You know the show ends at midnight. Ah, thank you, Chad. There, Chad, I already have a video out as far as my collection's concerned, but here's what I'll do. Hold on. I did put something on Instagram. Hold on just a minute, folks. Actually, let's do this instead. Let me get out of this. Sorry, I was doing a little work in the background, so that way I can just head straight off the bed. All right, folks. I went and tested out this cognac right here the other day. It has a good almond and orange peel feel, but I still like my ABK6, but I thought I'd try this one out. This came out in 2020, actually. It's still a pretty good cognac, but that's what I have in my decanter right now, is this. It's still quite delightful. It's a VSOP. If you've seen my video on judging cognacs, you should really check that out. But that's what I got there, so. Oh, and I went and got these table covers for the at Saks because I had to use my Saks credit for my Amex. It's aged about 5 years. For a VSOP, it has to be aged a minimum 5 years, Chad. So what I'm thinking is the name is actually looks like it was started about 5 years before 2020. Whenever you start out an alcohol company, Chad, it takes about, especially for cognac, you got to at least age it for, it usually starts about 10 years ago, at least. That way you have your XOs, you have your VSOP, and you got your VSs. This cognac was $25, actually. But it's well priced. I mean, I think it's a good cognac for people to try out. But I mean, it's a beautiful bottle to look at. I will say that. And it's still a good cognac. I just like my ABK6 a little bit better. But what I may end up doing is I may just air it out a little bit. If I aerate it out a bit before I try it, then I may have a different result. I don't recommend chilling cognac. Cognac's best to be drunk at room temperature. Cognac is good on the rocks, actually. It's not something you'll drink neat. Because cognac is something that you sip on while reading. It's something you drink slowly. So you don't want to do it. You definitely don't want to drink cognac in a shot glass unless you're taste testing. I don't like Hennessy. Well, you pour it into a glass and you swish it around and then you wait about a minute or so. That's how you air it out. You just don't drink it immediately. You just let it acclimate to the air. It only takes about a minute or two. But you take it, you pour it in the glass, you swish it around, and then you wait about a minute. And that's aerating it. I've never tried that bourbon before, Chad. I've heard of the company. The company does some good work, though, so I can imagine that it's a pretty good bourbon. It's just I'm in South Carolina and I like my Hilton Head distillery stuff. With the exceptions, because Hilton Head does not make a cognac. They do make a bourbon, they make a whiskey, and they make a rum. And they also make a vodka and gin. Although, right now I'm using Purity Vodka and Purity Gin. Sometimes I'll use a Citadel Gin, but I wanted some naval strength gin for my drinks. Just a little bit stronger. Alright, Psycho. Thanks again for hanging out with me there. And everybody else in the crew. Nick Walker's getting pretty big. You can have it on the rocks there, Chad. So, yeah, you can have bourbon and Jack Daniels on the rocks. What happened? Oh, where's my music? Where's my music at?
All systems are go. For about 90 seconds, launch a space shuttle Discovery.
You're not going to be able to chug a bottle down unless you're trying to pledge a fraternity. How did Conor McGregor? He contracted someone out to do his whiskey. not really for sure. Maybe there is. It's kind of odd that there isn't an Irish distillery. I never paid much attention to it. I've had proper number 12. It's not really good whiskey. At least in my opinion. I think it's garbage. But some people like it, and if you like something, that's perfectly fine. But folks, we got 3 minutes left, so get your questions in. If you wish to make a donation, you can, but be sure to smash that like button. Well, my refrigerator's pretty small, so you're not going to be able to fit in it. Let's do the snake again one more time, folks. I mean, the thing about is that you just got to pick your right one. The right cognac, the right alcohol is something that you're gonna want to sit back and relax and just sip on. It's not going to be if it's something that you got to chug down, then you're not really enjoying it, and it's probably not good stuff, you know. Cognac is for sipping and relaxing. Cognac and brandy, those are sipping alcohols. Name of the rooftop bar is Sip. All right, Houston, you have a good weekend too. But speaking of taking off, folks, it is midnight. And that is the end of the Midnight Run. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Soul Poll Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. You guys have a good night's sleep. And let's get the weekend started here, okay? But as always, peace and soul.